Copenhagen, the gateway to Scandinavia. Copenhagen is a spread out city with lots of sightseeing options for a wonderful time. You can't squeeze everything into one day, so you'll need to choose what you want to see. Our day in port was dreary and rainy, so we cruised the canals, explored one of the palaces, and spent some time in Kongens Torv and Nyhavn before heading back to the ship. A popular tourist attraction is the Little Mermaid statue. It was given to the city of Copenhagen in 1909, and there are two ways you can see the statue, by land or sea. The left photo was taken via a canal cruise, and the right was via a hop-on, hop-off bus stop. The statue was much smaller than I expected, and for me, it's not worthwhile to make a special trip just to see it. We wanted to tour Rosenborg Castle, which opened at 10 a.m. So if you arrive early, stroll through the gardens. It's a beautiful park surrounding the castle that has many manicured gardens and multiple statues. Rosenborg Castle itself is a 400-year-old Renaissance palace built by Christian IV. His royal insignia is above the castle's entrance. The castle was built in several stages, and after 3 decades, it was complete and the palace is as you see today. The museum's entry fee was included in our Copenhagen card that we purchased. The castle's opulence is seen in the study's golden writing desk or by the garden room's ornate armoire. Rosenborg was Christian IV's favorite palace, and because of this, it was the site of many important events in his life. The castle is filled with 500 years of royal artifacts, paintings, and lavishly furnished rooms. Seen here is Frederick IV's room and a silly joke chair from the Knight's Hall. On the 3rd floor is the Knight's Hall. It's considered to be one of the best preserved Baroque rooms in Europe and was used for banquets. The tapestries on the wall are from the late 1600s. They show the Danes defeating their Swedish rivals on land and sea and are simply exquisite. Each corner of the ceiling features one of the 4 continents that was known at the time. At one end of the King's Hall are the royal thrones. The King's coronation throne on the left is made from unicorn horn of narwhal husk from Greenland. The Queen's throne on the right is made of hammered silver. Guarding the thrones are 3 life-sized silver lions that are 300 years old, and the center of the ceiling features the Danish family's royal seal. When finished touring the castle, go outside to the guarded stairs that lead to the Royal Danish Treasury. King Christian IV's coronation crown from 1596 is here. It weighs 7 pounds and is made of gold and precious stones. The Danish crown jewels sparkle in this underground treasury. Gold, pearls, rubies, emeralds, and other stones are on display. Next was Kongens Torv, the King's new square, which is home to the National Theatre, the French Embassy, the venerable Hotel d'Angleterre, where VIPs and pop stars stay, and the Magazine du Nord, the grandest old department store in town. The equestrian statue in the middle of the square celebrates Christian V, and he is surrounded by a small park where all can enjoy the day. A short walk from the King's New Square is Nyhavn or New Harbor. The canal is filled with glamorous old sailboats of all sizes. Number 20 Nyhavn is the home where Hans Christian Andersen lived and wrote some of his first stories. Nyhavn is a great place to have lunch or a beer at one of the many iconic canal front homes or restaurants along the street. One of the best ways to experience Copenhagen's canals and harbors is by boat. I wouldn't pay for a ship-offered harbor cruise, as these boat rides are easier and cheaper to book direct once you arrive. The 1-hour Vedstrand and Canal tour was also included in the Copenhagen Card's attractions. The Canal tour is filled with many sights. Rosenborg Palace is the seat of the Danish government today and is considered the birthplace of Copenhagen. Tietgen's house, circa 1904, is the former head office of the private banken. The marble church with the characteristic copper green dome is one of the most impressive churches of the city. The church lies beautifully in line with the Amalienborg Palace. Our Savior's Church on Christianshavn has a distinctive spire with an external staircase that winds to the top for amazing views of the city. The Nyhavn Central Guardhouse is a historic building that is part of the Nyhavn Naval Base. The Royal Danish Playhouse is at the end of the Nyhavn Canal, and the Royal Library is the National Library. Very modern and sleek architecture here. Other interesting sights from the Canal cruise: the ultra-sleek modern office space of the Axel Towers, a view of the City Hall Tower from the distance, a sauna located right on the canal, and other beautiful Danish architecture. Copenhagen was a remarkable day, and it's definitely a city where you could easily spend 2 or 3 days sightseeing. Visiting Rosenborg Castle was a major highlight for all of its splendor and seeing the crown jewels. We could easily have doubled our time there meandering through all the exhibits. We enjoyed the Canal cruise as it's a great way to see the city's sights in a very efficient manner. And the hop-on, hop-off bus provided ready transportation. Looking back, we might have opted to use a taxi to save us time in getting to the attractions. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of Copenhagen's highlights. If you enjoyed the video and tips, please consider subscribing to the channel, as I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching.